Hello traders, so we're back again for another live trading session. And yeah, so by now you guys should know how this live trade session goes. I'm waiting for 12 o'clock and I'm going to be placing a trade on this currency, GBPUSD, because that's the only currency that I do trade. And today is going to be a long trade. Simply today is one of those strategies where like I've actually got a trade going on from a totally few accounts that I'm managing and I'm trading myself, based on a different strategy. And that strategy that I'm talking about, it's the post UK session. And I've already got a trade on that one, but I will be placing on this is a very is a straightforward trade. At the same time, it's not a trade that I'm going to be risking too much. I mean, I'm going to go with my usual, the first position. I'm always going to place it at 12 o'clock. But this is what this market is going to do today, guys. It's very simple what the market is. The market is just going to go up for the rest of the day. Now, if we get to New York session, we might get a little relief rally before the market carries on. So if we get this, that's the only time I will be adding to my position. I don't expect to get this anytime soon. So anyway, oops, what did I do? Just removed all indicators. Shouldn't have done that. Sessions, bring back my sessions. Oh, and then now I have to edit it. I don't want the Asian session. I need to get back my RSI. Even though I don't usually use the RSI, but yeah, and I've got good news for you guys. I've managed to kind of verified my FX book, every single one. So everything has been verified now. So for that reason, I'm gonna be able to put the link to this account in the comment section down below, so you guys can have a look. And whenever you want, basically, whenever you can have a look. And I've managed to kind of get the settings for this video. The stream is gonna be a lot better now. But anyway, we just a minute away from 2 o'clock. So I will be placing that trade soon, once we get to 12 o'clock. Sorry. So yeah, I'm going to be going long on this market, just like I said. And this is actually one of my favorite patterns to trade on the GBPUSD, because the market is not going to do anything apart from going. It's just going to keep going up for the rest of the day. And like I said, we're going to watch out for that relief rally. It might come now, it might come after New York session open, and then that's just going to be an opportunity to add onto the position. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be going in with the minimal risk at first, and then in anticipation of that move. If it doesn't happen, I'm still going to get at least 20, 30, maybe even 40 pips from this trade. So it's 12 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and place the trade. At 12 o'clock, buy order placed. So we're up and running. So as you can see from the yesterday, this is the account size. Obviously, I'm going to go on my FX book. I'll update it, and then you guys can see the you can see it everything there. Like I said, the whole point, main reason I'm doing this is for you guys to be able to see the statistics, see how it is to kind of come into trading using a strategy that works, and trade every day, trade consistently, have a plan. You don't come into the market with no plan and then expect things to kind of fall your way, basically. And so The next thing I'm gonna do I'm just gonna just place a mark on the chart just to show. Like I said, this is just a guide just to show you guys which direction I've taken a trade, but it doesn't tell you if this is gonna be my stop loss because I don't play stop loss on my trades. You know that. But anyway, I've went long there. Like even right now, if the market gave me that relief rally at 1:30, at 1 o'clock, sorry, I will be adding on to my position because I expect this market to do nothing but just trade up for the rest of the day. It might give you a little pullback. It might do that, but this market is gonna trade up for the rest of the day. And yeah, so that just shows you the direction and where I place the trade. Obviously, just ignore the profit and or stop loss target because, like I said, that is useless to me. I don't use that. And so let's head over to my FX book and yeah, like I said, I've managed to get everything verified, the track record verified, trading privileges verified, because it's really important, guys. Some people might put their my FX book record for you guys, and if either of these are not verified, it's likely that they're just trying to kind of scam you, really. And so anyway, so let me just try and refresh this page. Hopefully that trade has been. No, it's gonna take a. Not yet. In about 2 minutes, once it's refreshed in about 2 minutes, you will be able to see the trade that I've just placed. But the fact that I've got this verified, now I will be able to put the link to this to my FX book in the comment section down below of all the videos that I make, so that you guys can have a look. So first of all, let's go to the section where I will be able to do that. Portfolio, edit, permissions, that's it. So account, public, account number shown, no, balance including deposit, yeah, trade history, yeah, lots, open trades, open orders, comments, magic, tags. Yeah, I'll just check everything. I don't use it. Account number, I don't think that's but let's save that one. And yeah, so now that it's been saved, like I said, I can use that I'll be able to put the link to this account, copy. I'll do that after the video. The link to the link to my FX book account that I'm using for this day trading is gonna be in the comment section. So in case you guys want to just have a look, like I said, we just started. I mean, we only started a few days ago. You have to wait a few more days to see kind of results on it. But anyway, back onto the trade that I've just placed. And yeah, today is, like I said, this is a very, in terms of the pattern that the market is making today, is very straightforward. In terms of the direction of the trend, is very straightforward. I expect this market to just continue going up for the rest of the day, but I'm anticipating a pullback. I'm anticipating a little relief rally. So hopefully that happens around 1 o'clock. If it does happen, then I will be adding to my position. If not, the market is likely going to just keep going up for an extra 30-40 pips. So as you can see on the account, I've placed a trade. Yeah, I mean, why is it that this MT4 doesn't even show like where you've pressed the trade, so that it can kind of show you the. Is there something I need to do? Show axe line. Yeah, but this doesn't show me where I placed the trade, does it? Once again, if you have any questions, guys, just drop it in the comment section down below, in the comment section, in the live chat, and we can discuss anything that you. And if there's any problems with the stream today, I think everything is looking good. I would say it's definitely much better than yesterday in terms of you being able to see the overall picture. Actually, My webcam is actually, I'm just looking at it on my iPad. It's actually blocking the bottom section of my account on my FX my MT4 platform. So I mean, I don't know what to do about that. However, let's go back to the my FX book. Hopefully, it's been updated now because it takes only usual updates every 5 minutes. So it's been updated now, as you can see. Um, the equity has gone up. So if you scroll down to the bottom here, you're gonna see the current trade that I'm in, and you're gonna see the current, obviously the current results. So this is what once, like I said, at the end of this session, I will be putting the link to my FX book at the bottom of the video, so you guys can have a look. And because now it's got to a point, everything has been I was managed to verify all of these things yesterday evening. So yeah, anyway, back to the trade. Like I said, we've gone long today. If you guys have any questions regarding anything, and this is one of the scenarios that I've told you guys, I don't know, probably two live trade sessions ago, when I said something about the RSI. Like, the RSI sometimes is useless sometimes. And this is one of those situations where the RSI is completely useless. As you can see, the RSI has been oversold. It's been clearly been oversold for the last couple hours. But it doesn't matter what the RSI is doing, because this market will keep trending up. So with the exception of if we get that relief rally, the little pullback, but this will keep trending for the rest of the day. So the RSI is completely useless in this situation. So yeah, if you're just joining us, we are long on this. I'm long on this GBPUSD. That's the trade today. I'm looking for the market um, to keep riding really for an extra 30-40 pips, but also keeping in mind the fact that I do expect at some point, probably it's probably gonna come after New York session, some kind of a relief rally or pullback of some sorts. It could happen. It could happen now, but it's the chances of that happen is quite rare. However, if it does happen, it's something that I will be happy to see it happen, because I will be able to add to my position. Um, but yeah, this is one of the trades that you're gonna hear me say is pretty kind of straightforward in terms of like what the market is likely gonna do for the rest of the day. Hello, Christy Malongo. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us, I've taken a long trade on the GBPUSD, and so the expectation is that do not look at this as where my stop loss or take profit is, because I don't use take stop loss or take profit. This is just a guide to tell you which direction I'm on in the market. I mean, obviously, if you want, you can see my MT4 platform. This is my account that I'm actually trading, so I've already placed a trade on this account. And also, like, if you want to see the results, I've only started this a couple of days ago, 3 days, 3 days, 2 days ago. So by the end of this session, the link for this account is going to be in the comment section below, so you can go over and look at the results. I do the same thing every single day. I come into the market, I place the trade at the same time every single day, 12 o'clock on the dot. I trade only one currency pair, the GBPUSD. So yeah, that's about it really. So at the moment right now I'm just waiting, because I told you what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this market to just go up for the rest of the day. However, either after New York session, we can sometimes the market tend to give a huge relief rally, a huge pullback, and then it continues. So if that happens, that would be music to my ears, because I would be adding to my positions. But ideally, I want this to happen either at 1 o'clock or at 2 o'clock. Once it goes after New York sessions, then I'll probably not be in the market by then. So yeah, so that's just a summary of what it is that I'm doing today. And like I said, the link to my FX book of the MT4 account that I'm using to trade will be in the comment section after this session. And this is the account, as you can see. Just started a couple days ago. We started with a couple losses really. Yesterday I took a minor win, I would say, which is not something I get excited about. And even today, I don't think it's gonna be, an exciting day of trading, to be honest with you, except if I get that pullback. Okay, why did you choose GBP USD? Because I've first of all, I live in London, and GBP USD, the it's only volatile during the UK sessions and the US sessions. So that means if you live in London, that's during the day. So I want to trade when the market is active. So that's the first reason I chose GBP USD, simply because you know I want to wake up in the morning and then boom, the market is active, because I do trade a lot of different strategies. This is just one of the strategies that I trade on this currency pair that I decided to do live stream. If not, I do trade in the morning, UK session, I do UK session, post UK session. This is a pre New York session trade, and I do have a post New York session strategy as well. So, and also the second reason that I chose GBP USD is because I've done a lot of research on this. We're talking about 2 years worth of studying daily the price action, the movement, the behavior, the pattern of the market every single day, and try to understand what the market, because the market tends to repeat itself. The market repeats itself all the time. And this is one of the few patterns where, like, I can categorically tell you that this pattern is not going to do anything but go up for the rest of the day. Except, like I said, we might go into New York session and then we might have a relief rally where the market will pull back deep, but then it will continue going back up. So that's the only thing that's probably gonna happen. If not, even though this market is bearish on a higher time frame, like we're talking about for, but this is the market has started correcting, and this is this on this day, on this particular day, just this day alone. Like I said, every single day is different based on the patterns that I get every single day. But on this particular day, this is a pattern that will just crawl up, that will keep crawling up. At what time do you start trading in the morning? Well, if I'm trading, well, I don't stream my morning trades, but I do trade in the morning. I start at 7 o'clock, so that's when I start my pre UK session. So I have a pre UK session from 7 to 9, and then post UK session from 10 to 12, and then I stream the pre New York sessions, which is from 12 to 2. And yeah, sometimes some of these streams can extend beyond the New York session open, but it all depends on the pattern, and all these patterns, they're all connected. Like I said, today I took a trade in the morning somewhere here on some of the accounts that I'm already long on this market, and And now I've already taken a long trade with you guys with this account I'm using to trade to stream this pre New York sessions. I've taken a trade there. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Where did I learn how to trade from? I taught myself, but obviously I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube as well. There's a lot of videos that you can watch on YouTube that will teach you, but that's not gonna be. I mean, trading is a really, really long journey. It's not a journey um, that you can get there quickly. Or let's say, like, some people tell you that you can be trading after 6 months. You can learn to trade in 6 months or a year or 2 years. No, you can definitely learn a strategy. You can learn a strategy. You can learn money management. You can do that in 3 months, 6 months. You can do that. It's easy. I mean, I teach people how to trade. I have courses on my website, and those courses, I mean, they last 3 months. In 3 months, I can teach you everything about this strategy. But you can know everything about this strategy and still not be able to be profitable in trading because, um, you know, the most important element of a trader is the emotional side. That's the most important element is the emotional side. That's the only thing you know, um, that's gonna take you a while. And in order for you to kind of master the emotional side of trading, you have to go through periods of pain. When I'm talking about periods of pain, I'm talking about blowing accounts after account, and it's a hard lesson. That's the only thing that takes time to be a successful trader. If not learning how to trade or learning everything about trading, learning a strategy, money management, you can learn if you're dedicated enough. If in fact, I think there's a website, Baby Pips, that you can go over Baby Pips. You can read about trading on Baby Pips in less than a week, and you can know everything there is to know about trading. But actually, trading is a totally different thing. So the emotional side is the only thing that is gonna take you a while. So how long did it take to be successful? It took me over 5 years. Over 5 years. But just like everyone on the internet, or everyone that learned about trading or knew about trading, it only took me a week to know everything about trading, because there's so much information available on the internet. You can go on the internet, watch. There's other traders that make videos of talking about trading strategies, patterns, and things like that. You can learn. You can watch all of that and know everything about trading in a week. I can guarantee you that you can know that, but that doesn't mean you can trade, because trading is like I said, the emotional side is the most important thing. Atul Kumar, what are you doing today? I'm long. I'm long on this market, and I've already taken a. This is one of my favorite patterns actually that the market is making, and the only thing the market is going to do today is it's just going to keep going up. But like I said earlier, I expect a relief rally, a pullback sometime. Probably it's probably going to be after New York session, which by then I don't expect to be in this trade. And the market could give you a pullback, but then it will continue going up. But the market is not going to do anything but keep going up today. And so just to show you the account here, so I've already taken a trade of at 12 o'clock. Like I always said, I take my trade at exactly 12 o'clock, and we're already up about 18 pips on that particular trade. So it's not I mean, it's my favorite pattern to trade, because I'm already, like I said, because I trade pre UK sessions, post UK sessions, pre New York, post New York. So I've already taken a trade on other accounts that I'm managing. Um, earlier in the morning. So but this is the one that I stream and I show you guys. And I've also said that my FX book, everything has been verified on my FX book now. I've managed to verify everything. So I will put in the link to this my FX book account in the comment section below after this session, so you guys can be able to see the trades, and hopefully obviously in the next coming weeks you're gonna see more results in it, because this is very important. This is gonna help you as well understand your strategy, how effective strategy is, and how you can trade. So yeah, let's see. I'm liking to today. You guys are asking questions, which is good. I like talking about trading. So we're long at all. I've answered your question. What is the best way of mastering the emotional part of trading? Um, this is gonna sound really like it's gonna sound a bit strange, but there's a quote that you have to learn to lose a fight before you can win. So the best way to learn how to trade, to master the emotional side of trading, like I said, you have to go through the pain. You have to go through the pain, unless, because right now I can't, like, because people are different. That's why I said that emotion. I mean, if you look at the statistics of the people that are successful at trading, there's less than 5%. Less than 5%. Like, you don't even for a moment try to go and believe anything you see on the internet, with people posting, especially on Instagram, posting all these glamorous things, telling you about trading, or showing you screenshots of the trades they've made, of the just showing screenshot of successful trades, not showing the losses, not showing the, those are people that are just trying to make money out of you. Because the truth is, like I said, the truth is, nobody can teach you how to trade. I mean, you can learn. Learning is good. You can learn. I mean, the most important thing, first of all, you need to find a strategy that works. That's the most important thing. Find a strategy that works, and then you have to invest your money in. I mean, it doesn't have to be big money. It doesn't have to be anything, but just trade. Go through the motions. You have to put real money on the line. You have to be able to go through the motions. Like, be able to lose. I mean, I'm not saying, like, lose on purpose. Like, find a strategy that works, and just consistently follow that strategy. Consistently trade it. Look at your results. It's a very, very long and hard road. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. So don't even, if you think like trading is, like I said, one of the things that people just get really mistaken about trading is the fact that, once, they hear, but when they hear about trading, they start doing some research. I mean, like I said, you can master everything there is to know about trading within a week, if you give your time to study it. But then after that, people think, oh, this is easy, or they can just go. It's as easy as just going and clicking a button and start making money. But it doesn't work like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't work like that. It's my am I still connected? Yeah. So the only way you can master your emotions in trading, you have to go through the pain, really. But first of all, you have to find a strategy that works, or find someone that knows about trade. Find someone that can actually show you that, like, that can prove to, not. I'm not talking about those people that give you screenshots of, like, I know, I'm sure you've come across so many people that try to just, you know sell you dreams. I call those people dream sellers, by showing, putting on their stories, or showing screenshots of their wins. And they can have an amazing day. Like I said, any trader can have an amazing day. Any trader can have an amazing week. You can have an amazing month. But that does not make you a good trader. That does not make you a profitable trader, because it can just be a lucky streak. I mean, if you've actually traded before, I'm sure a lot of you guys have had that kind of streak before. You've had, periods where it's like everything you touch turns into gold. Like, every trade you place is just a profitable trade. And but the ups and downs are gonna come. There's gonna be periods where you're gonna take losses, and those are the period that is gonna determine whether you're able to master your emotions, because there's a lot of things that's gonna be going through your head once you once you're going through those losing periods, those times where you've blown an account, there's so many thoughts that's going to be going through your head, whether you should have done this different, or how could you have done this different. And that's the process of learning and trading. So what I mean by going through the pain is, you have to go to that point where you feel absolutely gutted by some of the decisions that by what you've done, how you've managed, and then you have to analyze, what have you done, how can you improve, moving forward. Sometimes one mistake is not even enough. You can make two, three, four mistakes of the same type before you can learn. I can tell you guys, I'm telling you guys because I've been through. You can make the same mistake 5 times in trading and still not learn. So like I said, the best way to go through to master emotions, Christy, is just to go through the pain. But first of all, like I said, learn a strategy that you can follow consistently, like you can be able to trade it consistently. Something that has a clear and simple rule that you can follow. Because that's the first thing that because the thing is that, if you lose, you need to be able to look at it and say, okay, why did I lose? Was that because I didn't follow the rules, or was that because the market? Because sometimes the market can just move. Like, you can be in a trade and this could be a fundamental news that comes out, and the market just go in the opposite direction and takes you out. So those kind of trades, you can say, okay, that's part and parcel of being a trader. Losses, that's when losses can happen. That's where you can never trade with not have any losses. So next, I'm holding my long juice from yesterday. Oh, well done, Atokuma, well done. But yeah, I mean, I hope you have a strategy that you're following, right? Don't just hold it because for the sake of holding it, because like I said, every single day, trading a GBPUSD every single day is different. Even though I think, yeah, we're in a corrective pattern now, where let's have a look at the account right now. The market keeps going up, so we're up on 25 pips now. So yeah, I mean, this is one of those ones where, like I said, anytime I'm enter a trade with the 0.1 lot, I don't really care what I mean, I'm expecting, I wanted the market to give me a pullback before I can add onto my position. But let's see where the market is going to be at 1 o'clock. Like 30-40 pips, and I'm probably going to be out of the trade for good. And then we'll just leave to fight another day, come back on Monday. So you took 5 years to be successful. If you could advise yourself when you started, what would you say to yourself to shorten the process? Wow, good question. Very good question. How would I have advised myself to shorten the process? Why? That's a very good question. I have to give you that, Chrissy. That is a really good question, because it's making me think right now. It's really making me think really hard. First of all, I would say try to block all the noises, because there's a lot of noise that when you're learning how to trade, there's a lot of noises that you're gonna come across, and some of them are like, I'm talking about, first of all, those Instagrammers, those scammers, those things, those people that will kind of, it's almost like they're enticing your appetite, trying to kind of draw you in, try to because sometimes you can look at them and be like, why am I not successful, and these people are successful, because that can kind of create some sort of that can make you rush into things, because you're going to look at that and be like, no, I want to be, either you want to be like them, or you want to try to kind of find out what they're doing. Like, that can have an impact. The only thing that I would say is the fact that I would have advised myself to find a strategy, to have learned a strategy, and just stay and consistently trade, consistently work on that strategy. Every time that strategy doesn't give me results, I need to analyze it. I need to analyze if I take a loss, if I blow my account, I need to analyze. I need to look at, because the best thing you can do is to be able to stay out your own failure and try to kind of understand it. I mean, there's some people that when they lose, they don't even look back. They tend to just kind of move forward, I mean, at some point, once you've mastered the art of trading, losses are not going to be something you remember. But once you're learning how to trade, you have to be able to look at the loss. You have to be able to analyze it. You have to be able to kind of build on it to be like, okay, I'm not going to make that mistake again. You know? So I'm almost like, it's like I'm almost contradicting myself in terms of what I just said there. But like I said, once you've become an experienced trader and you're, being profitable, you don't dwell on losses. But once you're learning how to trade, you have to be able to analyze every single loss. So, I mean, that's one of the things of it. Definitely, I would have advised myself to have done, because what I've made a lot of mistakes in trying to moving from one strategy to another strategy, from one strategy to another strategy, just changing strategies every single time I blow my account. I'll be like, oh no, this is not working. I'll move on to the next one. This is not working. Move on to the next one. But the real question is, how do you know if a strategy is a very good strategy? So that brings me to my second advice that I would give myself. I would have given myself the advice to keep things simple and focus on one currency pair. So I got to the point where right now I only trade one currency pair. And the reason I'm not okay, I'm not saying that this is the only, I mean, I do manage accounts, but like when I'm day trading, I only trade one currency pair, because day trading and different currency pairs, they all behave in a certain type of way. So I cannot use the strategy I'm using on the GBPUSD to go and trade on the euro dollar or the Aussie dollar. I can't do that. If I do that, that strategy will not work. However, if I'm doing a long-term trading or swing trading, I can use my strategy on any currency pair, anything that has a chart. We're talking about even indices, oil. I can use my currency. I can use my strategy to trade. So when I manage other accounts that I'm managing on a higher time frame, when I'm doing swing trading or long-term trading, I explore other markets. I look at other markets, because if you're looking at the market on a bigger picture, the market kind of have a way of, in terms of like the trend and things like that, they keep to the trend. It doesn't matter what market you're looking at. But if you're trying to analyze the daily movements of each and every market, it's totally different. So I hope that so that's two advice that I've given you, Christy. And so yeah, so like I said, the first one is just to kind of don't be afraid to lose. Like, take a strategy and be consistent with it. And the second one, just keep it simple. Don't be all over the place. I mean, in terms of trying to trade Aussie, unless if you're doing swing trading. So the first thing you have to define what kind of trader you are anyway. You have to define whether you're a day trader, a swing trader, or long-term trader. You have to define yourself as a trader. And then from there you can take if you define yourself as a swing trader, then you have to forget every advice that I've just given you right now, because as a swing trader you just need to be, because you're talking about long-term trades, you're talking about trading on a higher time frames. But then as a swing trader, you need to have a huge capital to be a swing trader, because you're going to be in trades for weeks, months. You have to have that capital to do it. But a lot of people that come into trading don't really have that huge capital, unless you're trading for banks or stuff like that. So so you definitely recommend to keep a journal. Yes, I would advise you, to do that. Definitely. You need to keep a record. You need to because like I said, it's something that you have to be able, learning how to trade, you have to be able to just face your losses, really. Because there's something about when you look at all the times that you've okay, I'm gonna tell you a little story. When I was learning how to trade this strategy, actually not the exact one that I'm showing you guys, but there's another there's another strategy that I trade, which is the pre-UK session. I have a pre-UK session strategy that I trade. And so when I was learning how to trade, in fact, like, but the thing, this is one thing that's, I should probably tell you that even though I kind of watched a lot of videos when I was learning how to trade, trying to understand, I've learned a lot of things in trading. That this strategy that I'm trading right now is my own strategy. I came up with this strategy. Like, you're not gonna see anyone. I mean, once you actually know the strategy, you're not. I mean, the things that are called the patterns and everything, it's my own name that I've given to them, because it's something that I've learned myself through looking at, like I said, 2 years worth of data on the GBPUSD. So there's this strategy that I trade, is a pre-UK session strategy, and I call it the London drop. I call it the London drop strategy. So when I start trading the London drops, actually this is gonna be a giveaway to you guys, and like I said, I don't mind giving you that. I have 10 different patterns that I trade. Eventually, you're gonna know what this pattern is anyway. But the London drop strategy is a strategy that that when I was learning how to trade it, when I was trying to understand it, the first 2 times that I traded that strategy, I blew up my account. The first 2 times I traded that strategy, because I was trying to understand that movement, the movement of the market. The third time that I traded that strategy, I lost 50% of my account. So to me, and you know, that strategy is a strategy that only happens once a month, probably once every 2 months. But if that strategy happens at me, if you understand it, like I said, the first couple times I blew my account. Third time, I lost 50% of my account. The fourth time that I traded that strategy, I made break even. I was on break even. And then the fifth time I traded that strategy, I doubled my account. Now every single time I see that strategy, in fact, it's my best strategy to trade, because every time I see that strategy, on that day, I will be making at least 50-60% profit return. Because there's a strategy where, but I had to lose a few times to be able to understand. I had to look at my losses to teach myself, okay, this is what the market has done. Next time, this is what you have to do. Next time, this is what you have to do. Like I said, the first time I lost, the second time I lost, the third time I even lost 50% of my account. But it's a learning process. I mean, those couple times that I blew my account, you know, did you not think that it really hurt? Like it was hurting a lot. But then I had to look at it and be like, okay, this strategy, I need to find a way to. And now I'll explain to you guys how that strategy works. For you guys that are here on the live session, that's going to be something that, you know, you're probably going to be, you're gonna be applying to your trading, whatever. And I mean, like I said, it's only just one of the patterns. So when you talk about the London strategy, let me just go on to a clear session. So for those of you who don't actually know why I've got this shaded session on my shaded areas on my chart, it's just to mark out the UK session and the US session, because again, I told you those are the 2 sessions that I trade the GBPUSD, because UK session, pre-UK session starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm up at 6:30, so perfect time. Pre-UK session starts at 7 o'clock. Pre-New York session starts at 12 o'clock. And so, as you can see, this is a 4 sessions. Well, it's actually 3 here, but I mean, I've divided it into 4 sessions. So, when you're talking about the London drop strategy, I call it the London drop strategy. And the first most important thing that you need to know about the strategy is, there's kind of 3 major things that play a part in that strategy. The first one is the average daily pips. Now, a lot of people don't even know how that is important, average daily pips. But let me just blow your mind a little bit here. So if you analyze the market, and if you look at the average daily pips for let's say for example GBPUSD, like I said, you can use this, you can apply this to any other currency pair. But if you're looking at the GBPUSD, the average daily pips of the GBPUSD, I'm talking about the range that the GBPUSD moved on a daily basis, is between 80 to 120 pips. depending obviously if you have like a huge, new fundamental news that's moving the market, but it usually moves between 80 to 120 pips. So I'm going to see if some people are even going to understand what I'm trying to say. So the London drop strategy is based on the fact that sometimes you're going to, and I'm going to show you a few examples, and two examples where blew my account, examples where, so you're going to wake up sometimes in the morning and you're going to find that the market has dropped. This only happens once a month, probably once every 2 months. You're going to see that the market has dropped. Just an opening, you had a huge drop. And if you use your pip range, if that drop is anywhere close to 90 pips, we're talking about from the previous day that is resets at 10 o'clock. If that drop is anywhere close to 90 pips, now knowing the fact that the average daily pip range for the GBPUSD is around 180 to 120 pips. For the rest of the day, or for the next few hours, this market would retrace back to almost half of its value before it goes down and closes somewhere around the 120 pip daily range. So now this is important because, first of all, the average daily pip range is going to play a part. So you get a move anything greater than 80 pips, and that move, and the timing is very important. With my strategy, the timing is very important. I'm talking about these needs to happen before 9 o'clock in the morning. It can't happen at 10 o'clock. It has to happen before, within the first 2 hours of UK session opening, a pre-UK session. It has to happen within first 2 hours in the morning, and then you're gonna get that move. So now there are very, very rare scenarios where this market will just crawl up. So instead of doing this movement, it will crawl up all the way to the top. Now, the first time I started trading this strategy, my expectation was that the market was going to do this. So I bought the market at the bottom right there. And of course, like, the entry, there's also an entry that you need to know this. The entry that's going to involve the use of RSI. We're talking about the divergence. There has to be a divergence on the RSI. So it's not just, this pattern I'm showing is not just a pattern that, you can, there's so much depth, so much things that need to fall into place, and everything has its rules. Like I said, the first rule is the fact that you need to get this 80, 90 pips drop in the morning. It could be, the more, sometimes it's 100. If it's 100, it's even better. The time plays a part. 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning. You have to get a divergence on the RSI condition. So, but like I said, the first time I traded this, my expectation was that the market was going to crawl up all the way back to the top. And so I bought this, and then the market did this, and it went down, and it took me out, and it blew my account completely. But then obviously, in time, I started to understand, why does the market do this, and why does the market do this? Okay, it's all about, it's every single thing is a learning process. But anyway, just keep these two things in mind, and I'm going to show you some examples on the chart. You can use ATR to find, yeah, you can use it, but I just use the tool. There's a tool here called the ruler. This is why I just drove to find the ATR, to find the, yeah, because I don't, I use that to just find the ATR because it's it doesn't cost me anything. But anyway, let's see what's going on with the trade. I'm not even paying attention to the trade because I told you guys this is just gonna keep going up for the rest of the day. Okay, 26 pips. It's just gonna keep going up for the rest of the day. But what I just showed you right now, so let me show you a couple examples. Like I said, these patterns are patterns that only happen once every month. So so let's go over to, let me show you a couple examples of the pattern. So let's go, and you're gonna see all the conditions. Just keep in mind all the things I've just mentioned in terms of what the market needs to do. Let me show you. There's a recent one that happened not too long ago, probably a couple weeks ago, and I'll show you that one. Okay, got the first one here. So this is the first one here. Is this the one? Okay. This is not so much of a clear one, but let's look at the pip range of this market. I think it's, yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. But let's look at the pip range of this market. This happened, I think, a couple weeks ago, 19th August. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I remember this trade because I took it. So we're talking about the pip range. First of all, does one of you guys in the chat know when the forex market closes or when it opens? Do you know that? When does the market close or when does the market open? Just write that in the live chart and I'll see it. When does the market close? When does it open? I know a lot of what you guys are gonna say, but you're probably gonna be wrong about that. But like I said, it's a learning process. You know, you learn every day, and I'm gonna show you things that what you're gonna see with me on these live trades and some of the patterns I'll give you. It's not something you're gonna see on the internet. Unlike, you know, if you Google internet trading, you're gonna see resistance, support, and things like that. No, this is not what you're gonna see here. This is something completely different. If you don't answer, I would think nobody is watching this. So I'll just move on to. I'm not gonna even. Come on, opening and closing time of the market. Yeah, I knew someone was gonna say that. No, I mean, technically you're right, but based on this strategy, you're wrong. Because the market closes and reopens at 10 o'clock every night. That's the reset time. So every 10 o'clock at night, the forex market closes and resets. And once it resets, it means the pip count, the average daily pip for that day, starts from 10 p.m. the previous night. And it runs all the way to 10 p.m. the following night. That is a very, very important piece of information in my strategy. At some point, like I say, if I start teaching people how to trade this strategy, that information is very, very crucial. So that's why when I draw my pip range, start at 10 o'clock. From 10 o'clock the previous night, where is the highest point? This is the highest point of the market. And going all the way to 9, well, this happened at around 9:30 in the morning. Did you see that pip range? 92 pips. 92 pips. And if I bring in my RSI, then you're going to see divergence from the night that the market has, hold on a second, from that night we had the market went oversold, right? And then the market went oversold right there, oversold right there. The market made a lower low, but that did not reflect on the RSI. You saw divergence, 92 pips movement. What's gonna happen for the rest of the day? This market will go up, give you a little correction, and it fall down. And guess what? Based on the strategy that I'm trading right now, and this strategy is actually, in a way, is a little bit linked to the strategy that I'm trading with you guys right now. How does it link with the strategy that I'm trading? So if this was on a live stream, I would have taken a short position at exactly 12 o'clock. Where is 12 o'clock? Right there. This is the 12 o'clock candle. I would have taken a short position because this is the cutoff time. I mean, 12 o'clock, the market will go down for the rest of the day. So you got a strategy, you know when this is going to happen, and you know when this is going to happen. So again, like I said, this is let me show you another example. Just keep that in mind, and let's go. Hopefully this chart is gonna let me go. Like I said, this is a golden information, but this is just part of it. This is just, like I said, is a part of that. I have a whole complex strategy that comprises that puts everything together. Why 12? Because okay, this is not a question I can answer, simply because there's a reason why on this stream every single day I come and I place the first trade I place is always at 12 o'clock. There's a reason. And that's one of the reasons, because usually from 12 o'clock, I'm not saying you get an exact reversal from 12 o'clock. A reversal usually happens between 12 and 2 o'clock. Sometimes it can, extend to New York session, but usually that's when the market tends to reverse between 12 and 2 o'clock. So that's the reason why it's at 12 o'clock, Christy. So let's go on to the next one. I'll show you another one. I have to keep an eye on our trade. What are we? We're still on 35. Okay, so it's still around 20 pips. It's gone down a little bit. Okay. Let's go. The last one that I had a move like that was in July. What day in July? Crazy things. I do remember some of my exactly when those things happened. So it was somewhere in the first couple of weeks in July. Hopefully this is gonna let me go all the way back. And the thing is, again, is like you can't do this research if you don't have. I mean, I don't know what brokers you use, whether they let you kind of look at history, chart history from like months or years back. But if you have TradingView, obviously you have to have the premium subscription, and you can be able to go back to depending on the time frame, obviously. But with this time frame, like I said, I should be able to go back to July, somewhere in July, because that's when the next one I'm going to show you. Oh, don't tell me you're going back to June. No, so I might not be able to. No, it's not letting me go back, so it's probably in June then. It's definitely not this one. Okay. I mean, just to kind of go a little bit off topic today. This is what we're getting today. This is the pattern I told you we're getting today. Like now, this market will continue to go up, but sometimes after New York session, probably you're gonna get this relief rally, and then we'll continue going up. Now, if you don't understand trading, if you don't understand this pattern, some people will take this as a signal to sell. But then again, there's a lot of things that you need to know about this. It's only going to take me, 3-4 months. If I'm going to teach this every single thing about this, right, it's going to take me 3-4 months. You can't do it in one, But anyway, I'm going to look for that pattern on a 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is going to go back a lot. So let's go back to. I've already done that one. Let's see. Let's see. This is a trade. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So this was back in 18th June. Okay, I knew it was somewhere in the middle of June or July. So 18th June again, same trade. This is gonna be. It would have been a lot better if I was on a 5-minute chart, but 5-minute chart is it's not gonna let me go back that far. But again, look at this trade. Yeah, the pip range at what time is it? At 8 o'clock in the morning. This is 1 hour after London open. The market was down 90 pips. If this was on a 5-minute chart, like I said, you would have been able to see the divergence clearly, the RSI divergence. Because the most important thing about the strategy is 3 things I need to look at: the pip range, divergence on the RSI, and also the time. So those 3 things have to be like, they have to align. because that's the kind of, when I talk about this strategy, and it's very, very specific. I don't, it's not about, oh, or maybe when it's there, or maybe when it's there. No, all these conditions have to be met. 90 pips, we have the divergence, the market rallies. Do you want to bet your money that at 12 o'clock, at some point at 12 o'clock, the market started reversing? So let's look at the candle. Where's the 12 o'clock candle? This is the 12 o'clock candle right there. Just knowing this strategy alone, you can make, at least 20-30% of your account every single time I trade like this. But like I said, this only happens once a month. This is my favorite strategy to trade, and I call it the London drop strategy. And you've seen all the conditions. And but there's some situations where this will go up completely. So you have to be aware as well. You have to understand the pattern. You also understand why the market does that. But anyway, that's not something I'm gonna go in today. But let's go back to our chart. And if you guys have any more questions, you can drop it, and we'll see. Do I trade for a living? Yeah, I do. I do trade for a living. I do trade for a living. I do manage people's account, and I also you can check my website. I do teach people how to trade, but it's a not totally different strategy. I haven't really kind of started teaching people how to trade this strategy. I'm still working on kind of, the materials, in terms of, because this is probably the only thing where I think this is gonna help more traders, because this, a lot about this strategy is based, it combines a lot of things. There's also one of the patterns that I trade that deals with the fundamentals. Like, there's a fundamental that deals with the fundamentals as well, and because it combines everything. It combines common sense, it combines fundamentals, combines technicals, it combines everything you know about trading. And on Monday, I'm gonna teach you one. I'm gonna show you one other strategy that I trade, which is the post New York strategy. I call it the post New York rally. That's what I call it. But with that strategy, it's something that, how you guys, when you're learning how to trade, or I don't know if you've ever come across Elliott wave, or wave analysis or something like that, where when you get an impulse like in the market, and they tell you after an impulse, after the market makes an impulse, like, it's gonna give you a correction, whether it's a 1 to 3 correction, expanding flat, 5 wave correction, regular flat, blah blah blah. After the correction, the market is expected to make another move up. This is a very standard thing that every trader, they tell you as every trader. But if you try to take every single trade like this in the market, you're not gonna win 100 of those trades. But my post New York rally strategy, because, okay, when I say you're not gonna win 100% of the trades, it means that sometimes the market will do this and then go down. So with this pattern, the strategy that I trade, I know exactly when this is gonna happen and when this is gonna happen. So sometimes when I see this, I'm going short because I know the market will do this. When I see this, and I go long because I know exactly the market's going to. So it all depends on there's a lot of time involved for when the market is likely going to do that. So again, like I said, the good thing about this strategy is it takes the, all the times that when you make a loss on a trade, you're going to be like, why did you make a loss? Or was the market just moving, doing things that it shouldn't be doing, or things like that. But there's a lot of things that oh wait, I thought I lost the stream for a second. We're still live. Yeah, so yes, to answer your question, I do trade for a living, but then I have other things that I do as well, like I said, with the teaching that I do, and yeah, because I just love trading. That's what I do. I love trading. It took me a really long time to be able to understand how to trade, or even be able to trade. So yeah, there's been a lot of dedication and commitment to it. So yeah, that's why I like when you guys ask. Like, Christy, you've been excellent today. You've been asking a lot of questions. I like it when people come and they ask questions like that. You want to know about trading, because it just shows your eagerness to learn, and that's the only way you can learn. 'Cause, 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 'cause So yeah, be curious. Keep asking questions. Anything you wanna, you know. Okay, so how long you suggest I should spend on the markets on a daily basis? So that would depend a lot. Again, a lot is gonna depend on your strategy you trade. A lot is gonna depend on that. Like for example, like this strategy that I'm here to kind of show you guys, and I'm streaming on YouTube. If this was the only time, like obviously because this is the only time I trade this strategy and I'm using this account, you're gonna see. So you have to have a huge amount of discipline. Like I'll come here. If this was the only strategy I'm trading and I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm gonna turn on my computer at 11:30 in the morning. It only takes me half an hour to understand what pattern I'm gonna get, probably less than that. And after that, I trade for a couple hours. I'm off the like win or lose. I'm off. I don't see the market until the next day. You need to be able, because sometimes, like this is a common mistake that I've made learning when I was learning how to trade. Come into the market, trade. Once I take a loss, I try to stay longer, try to get the money back, try to no. I mean, and that's a very hard lesson to learn. Like you're not even gonna believe how difficult it is to discipline yourself to stay away. And the only way you're gonna be able to do that is once you've taken a lot of punches from the market, a lot of losses, then you're gonna be able to discipline yourself to learn that. But like I said, it all depends on the strategy you're trading. But in terms of analysis, you shouldn't spend more than half an hour or an hour to analyze the market. You shouldn't do that. Like I told Kruma said, plan your trade your plan. Exactly. That's it. You know, you have to come into the market with a strategy. You have to come in with a plan. If you don't have a plan, it's like, well, gambling really. So you need to have a plan. Start planning to fail. Exactly. Yeah. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's how it is. But what I'm gonna tell you is the fact that if this is something you really wanna do, don't ever give up, because the journey is hard. But sometimes it's like when you're going on a difficult journey, you have to keep telling yourself like, don't I want to see what will happen if I don't quit? That's one question you have to keep yourself. Don't you want to see what happens if you don't quit? Like make no mistake, like this is a very very hard. People, it really annoys me so much when I see how people tend to kind of make trading seem so easy. I mean, you know, you sometimes you go on Instagram, people say, "Oh, making money is easy." Making 300 pounds, making blah blah blah. This like it's like Those kind of people, they're poison. I mean, they are gonna, you know, they don't know the kind of damage they they put in other people through people that innocent people that are trying to learn how to trade. Um, but then obviously, like I said, for them is business. For them is business. So just kind of have a certain amount of an amount of dedication in yourself that you're gonna keep learning. But don't complicate things. Do not complicate things, because the best strategies, or the something that they're usually the simple ones. There's no complication. I've on the first day of them streaming here, someone asked me like, what indicators do I use? What blah 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 do I use? You've seen my chart. I don't have even this RSI. Like I said, I don't know if anyone has started watching this stream from the beginning today. Um, and the first thing I said was, this is the few times that you're gonna see. I'm gonna tell you the RSI is useless today, because when I started this stream, the RSI was already oversold. And you're gonna hear people tell you that, oh, when the market is oversold, it's likely gonna turn around and start going down. I use RSI. I've shown you a couple of my strategy, my favorite strategy, where it involves the use of RSI. But this particular pattern, that's why there's 10 different patterns that I trade. This particular pattern is the only, well, I wouldn't say the only one, but on this occasion, trading this pattern, the RSI is completely useless. This RSI can be oversold for all I care, but this market will continue trending up. The only point that sometimes, like I said, I've already shown you a similar pattern, that if the market just gets tired of being oversold, it can just give you a huge kind of pullback, and then it continues going up. That's it. This pullback would just delete every single one of the oversold condition, and it's gonna go over every single one of the overbought condition is gonna go oversold, and then it's gonna continue going up. If this happens, I've lost my connection. I don't know if I'm still. Are we still? Great advice. Thanks. I had to develop my own strategy as I couldn't follow the one gave on paid courses. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, Christy, what you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. But what you're gonna notice is the fact that really, like, all these strategies that you're gonna see people selling the courses, they're not really it's just the same thing that you can find on the internet, and people are just teaching it in a different way, really, because it's all the same thing. We're talking about, I. Oh, we still sorry. I don't know what my. You see, this I don't like this software that I'm using. It disconnects and reconnects, which is really really annoying sometimes. Um, but anyway, the thing I was trying to tell you is that, crazy, all these courses, they just teach you some same thing in a different way, and but yeah, I mean, I'm sorry about you. How you kind of you lost a lot because of your newborn, and you're gonna make you'll get there one day. You will, like, if you don't quit, and you keep kind of showing that dedication, because you paying for a course shows your own dedication to learn. Shows your own dedication to learn. But like I said, everything you've learned from the course is something you probably could have learned online. You could have taught yourself how to do that. Because all those courses, they just give you a strategy. They teach you a strategy. Strategy is important. Of course, it's important. But what I would say is, I mean, if the strategy is not what you would find on the internet, then I would probably say, try to take your time to learn it. But I'm guessing definitely what you've learned in that course is something that I can find it on the internet. Just maybe they're taught in a different way. Good, good for you. Keep going. So how many pips are we on right now? Are we close to? Okay, we're over 30 pips. So, and it's I mean, it's gone past 1 o'clock. I did not see my reversal. So again, this is gonna be a day like yesterday, really, where I will be closing this trade. But let's see how it is. 1:32 o'clock. Is there any news announcement coming? See, I don't even bother with this strategy because it doesn't really. I only check on the news to see if I'm gonna get any kind of volatility. But it's not because the calendar is Friday today. Today is 1st of October. Are we? Today is not no. It's not non-farm payrolls day, is it? It's gonna be next week. So yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing here. Exactly. I found everything online. There's no point taking exactly. Are you going live every day? Yes, I go live every day, every weekday, 12 to roughly about 2, maybe 3 o'clock, depending on. But yeah, I'm gonna be live here trading every day. So just tune in, same time every day, 12 to about 2:30. And it's gonna be every single session is gonna be like this, where I kind of we just talk trading really. If you need any kind of advice, I'll give you any kind of advice, and you're gonna see the how I just follow a particular strategy, and I trade it consistently. That's what it is. There's gonna be downs. There's gonna be times where I'll take a couple losing days in a row, but we'll come back again the next day and trade. So at least today is the first day that I'd actually stream. The streaming is a lot better in terms of like because I looked at the stream from yesterday. I mean, if I didn't get the resolution right for my screen, so oh, good, good. Do that. And obviously, like I said, you've already learned a particular. Just keep an eye on that strategy. Next time it happens, I might do a live stream on that one. If that strategy next time happens, I'll do a live stream and show you guys how to actually trade it. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah. Coming at 12, definitely. I'm gonna be here every day, every weekday, and oh, good. Yeah. I mean, it's good to always have people that live in your, that live in the same area as you. Um, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So hopefully it's gonna be the journey is gonna get a lot better for you from now on. Um, so the live normally lasts for about 2 hours. Um, but there's certain situations. It depends on the pattern really. Like on a pattern like this, really, this session is probably gonna last an hour and a half maybe I don't think I'm gonna get to 2 hours, because if the market goes 10 pips more in that direction, I will be closing that trade. Usually I aim to get just 30 to 40 pips from the market. I'm already above 30 pips. So I mean, if I wanted to end the session right now, I could end it right now. So it depends on the pattern. So on the, yeah. But normally I would say 2 hours. 2 hours is the minimum normally. Sometimes it can be a little bit under. Sometimes it can be a little bit over. Missed you for a while, sir. Pray I'm okay. Well, at least now you're back. So, and just in case, if this is something new that I've started a few days ago. I mean, even though the last couple of days the streams are not really that good, because I'm trying to find the perfect software to use and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing this every weekday from 12 to roughly about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, trading a particular strategy that that one of my strategies is the pre New York session strategy. And like I said, I've made a small account that I'm going to be using to just trade that strategy consistently every single day. So every single day you join me here at 12 o'clock, that's when I'm going to be placing a trade. And like I said, the link to that account that I'm trading, so this account that you can see that I'm trading, I'm going to put the link, the MyFX book link. And a lot of people don't even know what MyFX book is. MyFX book is a website so instead of showing people your account statement, you can just link it to MyFX book, and it's going to kind of it's going to show statistics from your trading. So like I said, this is something I've just started a couple of days ago. Obviously the first day we took a lot. I took a couple losses on the first day, because on that pattern, that's probably one of the patterns I don't like trading. But it's a strategy. When a strategy meets the rule, I take it. So yesterday had it was an okay day really, because I don't like days where I only have one trade. So yesterday I only took one trade. I prefer days when I have two trades, because on those days it's either I'm gonna make a lot of profit, or potentially I could lose as well. And today obviously we've got one open trade. Let me just kind of refresh this and update this. Like I said, every single thing that I do on my MT4 platform is reflected on here. So I'm gonna put the link to this MyFX book in this video. So by the end of this session, you're gonna have the link, so you guys can view the link. You can look at the trades. And one thing I want you to focus is the fact that the consistency, every single time I place the trade at exactly the same time. So this is the first day we took the trade exactly 2 o'clock. I mean, it's 12 o'clock, but the time on my FX book is not, I don't think it's GMT. I don't know where to find the time. I mean, this is the I don't know where exactly you can find what time they use, but it's not the same. Yeah, because 2 o'clock here is 12 o'clock, so they're 2 hours ahead. So anyway, all the trades you're gonna be seeing at 2 o'clock, except this is on the day that I placed two trades. Yeah, the first one will be at 2 o'clock. The second one will be an hour after that. So, but you expect to see this consistent every single time. Even the current trade that I'm in right now, you see I've opened this at 12 o'clock, but like I said, the time difference on my FX book is different, so that's going to show 2 o'clock on their time. But yeah, it's the consistency. And obviously, like I said, this is very important. It shows you the statistics, but don't pay attention to this until after a few weeks. Once I get like 10 20 trades in, then you're going to see the statistics are going to look a little, it's going to take a little bit more shape. And you can look at this and be like, okay, that's a good strategy that works, strategy that I can follow every day, strategy that I can trade, because it's all about consistency. Yes, but anyway, let's see. How have you part of task? Great, sir. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Yeah, so how many pips do I catch per day? On a profitable day, minimum 30 pips on a profitable day. So yeah, I aim to catch at least 30 to 40 pips. The standard one. There's some situations where depending on how the strategy. Like I said, this strategy that I do trade, it's, I know, like for example, if you joined the stream today at the start, you would have heard me say that this is probably the simplest and it's going to be the easiest day in terms of knowing exactly what the market is going to do. Like at the very beginning, when I tuned into this started this stream, I told you that this market was just going to crawl up, continue crawling up like that, straight. Nothing is going to do nothing apart from that, except obviously when we get to like the US session, then the market can give you a huge kind of pullback before it continues going up. So in terms of a strategy like this, 30, 40 pips. There's going to be other strategies that the market I aim to get 50, 40, 50, maybe even 60 pips. But usually minimum of 30 pips. I haven't even done any analysis today. I would have loved to kind of analyze other currency pairs for other people that might be interested in kind of trading. So for that reason, let's have a look while we wait for this, because I still have at least half an hour before I even think about closing my trade. So I'm gonna analyze some currency pairs for you guys, because I'm gonna be posting. So maybe when people watch this video later on, they might be able to. So let's do some market analysis. Actually, let's start with the current one that we're in right now. But I'm gonna take away all these things, and so even if you're watching me, if you watch my stream for the last 2 days, the first day that I made this stream, even though I took a loss on a trade here, I think I told you that this market is not going to go down forever because we've broken a structure. After breaking a structure, the market doesn't go down. It only has a 10% chance of going in that direction after breaking a structure. Expect a pause, expect a retracement. And when we talk about retracement, this is just a general analysis, so it's not something that, don't use this to trade unless you're a swing trader. So expect a pullback, expect a pause. Now if you understand the structure of the market, if you understand what a bullish or bearish structure is, because there's so many people that don't even know what a bullish structure is or what a bearish structure is. Yeah, I mean, you might think you know it, but we're talking about there's a certain rule that that structure needs to meet before you can even call it a bullish structure or a bearish structure. Because right now we're getting a bearish market, but a bearish market consists of bearish structures. So you get a move down, the market gives you a pullback, and then it goes down, creating a new structure low, initial structure low, starting point, outside return or pullback, new structure low. Now this market is going to keep moving in a stepward fashion, but it's never going to be symmetrical. It's never going to be, nobody is going to tell you that the market is going to make the same exact retracement here before it goes down. No, this retracement can go a little bit deeper. Why? Because to the market follows a certain rule, and the rule is that if it's going down in a bearish form, it's going to respect the fact that first of all, the market is never going to break this outside return, because if the market, so just think of a bearish market as you're going down the staircase. If you're going down the staircase, you expect, if you see something like this happen, where your stairs down, the next one is up, there's something wrong, isn't it? There's something wrong. So the market doesn't do that. The market knows that. But what people kind of don't understand is the fact that this is the most important thing to the market. So if the market wants to retrace, it can go as deep as it wants, as long as it doesn't break that structure before it continues. Or it can just give you a little retracement. But when we're talking about the rules that the market needs to meet, that's not when we're talking about bearish structures. This is oops, I need my Fibonacci. We're talking about bearish structures. You take the previous bearish impulsive move, and then you get a retracement, and that retracement needs to come into the 382 retracement. That's the first condition. And for this market to this market right now, this market has already completed the rules that it needs to do, because in a bearish market, like I said, the first condition that the outside return has to come into the 382 retracement, and it must not go beyond the previous outside return, and in this case it's going to be the starting point. So anywhere in this zone, the market is free to turn back and start going down. If the market turns back and start going down right now, it's not going to be a surprise to me. If it goes a little bit deeper before turning down, still not going to be. If it goes all the way deep, as long as it doesn't break that structure, you have a bearish structure. So this is kind of a way of kind of understanding what the market is doing. And so this was always coming, because I even told people the last 2 days that I was streaming on YouTube that do not worry about this market going down. It's not, the market is not going to stay bearish forever. This pullback, this retracement will happen. It will happen at some point. And we got that. So yeah, I love the gold. What video can you recommend to learn price action? Oh. How did I even learn price action? I've watched some anyway, but let me just finish this analysis on a pound, and we'll talk about that. But anyway, so like I said, with the pound, expect the market to continue the bearish. Expect the market to continue, but if you're looking for a reference point in terms of where to sell, like I said, at this point the market could go back down from here, and it's still going to be perfectly, there's nothing going to be wrong with that. But if you're looking for a reference point to go short in this market, look to the previous structure, because the market loves structure. So even if you short this market here, know that your stop loss has to go above this level. But at this point the market can turn and reverse. So if you come here on Monday and I get a short trade based on my strategy, I will be taking a short position. Looking at this at a little bit of a higher time frame. So for our time frame, you can see that we have a lot of structures here. So I have a feeling the market could come back to one of these structures before it continues going down. I think the market could do that. But yeah, whatever you do, GBPUSD is a sell. GBPUSD is bearish. Even though right now I'm taking a long trade on it, but it's bearish. So let's have a look at the euro. The euro, I touched a bit on this one a few days ago when I said we have a structure here where if the market breaks, you shouldn't see it as a signal to buy or sell, because once the market breaks the structure, it will take a breather, it will pause. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. The market has broken that structure and it's coming back to test that structure. Now, this market could go through that level. It can go a little bit higher, but eventually it's going to go down. This is just a little retracement, because to the market, the structure, it had already completed, it had already broken that structure level. But you have to be aware as well that on a higher time frame, actually, so looking at this market in a weekly time frame, well, the market is bearish. The market is bearish, so I wouldn't be surprised if this market continues going down. But you're currently getting a retracement. So in terms of what video do you recommend to learn price action? There's one of the person I used to learn how to trade from. I'm not sure he makes videos. He makes videos anymore. It's a guy called Jason Stapleton, and they have this. If you search his name on YouTube, you might find him. I think they have he used to have a company called Trade Empowered. I mean, after a while he left, and then he hired some people to be there. I mean, he's the only one that I think he knows what he's talking about. The rest of the people I didn't really follow them. But if you want to learn price action, check. If you find any of he's very good at advanced pattern as well, harmonic patterns, advanced patterns. But yeah, Jason Stapleton is someone that you're gonna enjoy kind of learning from. in terms of price action. What do I think of prop firms like FTMO? I have no opinion on that, Madueke. Really, I don't know what to say about that. Mm. FTMO sounds like a trading, a brokerage company. Do they do trading? Because I'm sure I must have seen it once. Um, but anyway, moving on to Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar again. All the dollar pairs are showing bearish signs. Aussie dollar came up. It did not break this level. If it had broken this level, then you can say that something is about to happen. But it's clearly respect. So this is another scenario that I just gave you an explanation on this when I did an analysis on the pound US dollar in terms of market knowing, like respecting levels or respecting rules. We have a market here where we have an impulse leg down, corrective pattern, pullback, outside return, new structure low. I told you the market knows that it's not gonna break that staircase, but at the same time, there's a zone that this market loves to stay within, the 383 retracement and that level. So here the market is free to go anywhere. And you can see how deep this retracement, and sometimes you're gonna get this a lot in the market. The market will come deep like that, but as long as it hasn't broken this level, you can expect this market to respect that level and keep going down. So Aussie dollar again, looks like all the dollar pairs are bearish. So let's move over to CAD. So means this is the only one this is gonna be bullish because yeah, I mean this has to be bullish. I mean look at this market. Impulse leg. This is a corrective pattern. That corrective pattern will end up breaking to the upside because the corrective patterns always end up breaking in the direction of the trend. The trend is up, it will break upside, and this is a weekly chart. So no problem, Christy. See you next week. Have a good weekend. So yeah, you dollar CAD, you can expect a continuation of I mean, this is if you're trading like swing trading. I'm gonna give you accurate trade calls on swing trading, because with swing trading it's all about following trend. It's just analyzing trends, and so that's when it's a lot easier to do. So looks like our pound trade is coming down. So let's see what the is this a it's not a down to be worried about. I mean, I would be glad if I see a deeper retracement, to be honest with you. I would be glad to see a deeper retracement. So let's see if the market is going to give us a deeper retracement. So because of this now, this might extend my live session today till, because if I get a deeper retracement, I'll be looking to add on to my position. So I'm gonna the fund traders, if you can pass the so it's one of those ones. It's one of those ones. I've seen some advert on Facebook, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen some adverts. To be honest with you, those kind of people is business to them. It's business because first of all, you have to pay to take those challenges. It's not free. It's not like they're gonna put you in a room and be like, oh, if you can generate money, then you're gonna be hired. No, you have to pay to take this trade. They know what they're doing, because you know how many percentage of traders are successful. It's less than 5%. So they know regardless of what you do, you're gonna pay a lot of money to take the challenge, and the chances of you being successful is very, very small. I mean, for sure, maybe at the end of the day, if you actually do pass the challenge, they're actually gonna fund you. But yeah, to me, I think, yeah, they might be true. They might be actually funding traders. But I can tell you that out of every 50 traders that are gonna take the challenge, probably two are gonna be the ones to pass the challenge. One or two. What time frame is best for confirming a breakout? What do you mean by a breakout? Breakout is when the market breaks the structure, right? When the market breaks the structure, then that's your confirmation. But you have to be very careful, because when I tell people, like, we're talking about, so you have something like this. Let's say you have a structure in the market like this, and then the market kind of comes in and breaks that structure. This is just pure price action and understanding price action. If a market breaks a structure like this, I'm going to break down the statistics for you. There's a 10% chance there's a 10% chance that this market will just go up and never looks back. Only 10% chance. There's an 80% chance that this market would give you a little pullback, a breather. Sometimes back into the previous structure, sometimes a little deeper before it goes up. So 80% of the time, the market will move like this. 80% of the time. And there's a 10% chance that the market could come back down to the previous structure here. And if it comes back down to the previous structure and breaks that structure, then it turns out there's two possibilities. The first possibility, which completes the 100%, is that the market would rally and continue going up. And the second possibility is that it's going to rally a little bit and then it's going to continue down. It means changing the trend. So a lot of people will see this as a fake out. A lot of people will call this this one in particular, they will call it breakout. But usually we're talking about statistics here. So I challenge you to go and do some research. Look into the charts and you're going to see this every single time. The statistics are exactly the same. Look at 50 different structures in where the market has broken a structure and tally the numbers. Just look at the numbers. Count how many times the market just went straight up. How many times the market actually gave a pullback. Count how many times the market came back to the previous structure. But because this is all the four possible scenarios of what the market is going to do after it breaks a structure. You're not going to find anything different. But it's just the statistics. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, this market is doing what I wanted to do, so I can add to my position. But so this likely going to be a longer, what's it called? Even if I stop the stream, it's probably going to be one of those ones where I'm not gonna a trend line structure. Yes, the market is still gonna break it. It's gonna behave in the same way. So trend line structure, you're talking about something like this. So maybe not in exactly the same way. You're talking about something like this, right? Yeah, but you have to look at this as well. First of all, you have to mark out the different structural level on this chart. You have a structure there, and you have a structure there. If the market breaks this structure, trend line structure, again, 10% of the time, it's gonna go forever. It's gonna not forever, but it's gonna go down 10% of the time. %80 of the time, a little pullback, and it goes down. The rest of the time, go back to the previous structure, and this could end up being a fake out here, or the market could go down. Can apply this to any kind of break of a structure in the market. It doesn't matter what it is. The results are the same. Like I said, go through the charts and do your research. Just keep a record, and you're gonna see. Okay, this market gives me one more. If it gives me one more high, I'm done for today. If it doesn't, this is gonna be, what is it now? 21 pips. I would say US sessions. What time does the market retrace more in sessions? I think US sessions, they tend to have more retracement. Anticipating a continuation for either bullish or bearish continuation. Yeah, I mean, based on the pattern here for my strategy for today, I don't think we're gonna get a, a bearish continuation. We might have a pullback when we get into the US session. We might have a pullback, but yeah, it's not gonna be any kind of a major. It's not gonna be a pullback that is gonna change the overall direction of this daily of this trend of today's trend. It's just gonna be a pullback for a continuation. But however, like I said, when Monday comes along, you might get a complete reversal, complete change of structure on Monday. Anyway, I'm gonna be ending this live stream in 10 minutes time. Um, However, now that you're gonna have the link to my FX book, and I'll probably closing this trade later, unless if in the next 10 minutes it's gives me another high, then. But yeah. Yeah, the market is just kind of a little correction before it makes another high. Um, so when trading breaks out or break of structure, I have a hard time getting entries. Yeah, I would say just if you looked at the explanation, time frames just uh, depends on what kind of trader you are. Like if you're a swing trader, the time frame shouldn't matter. A higher time frame when you see a breakout, like I said, based on the examples I just showed you earlier, you just need to focus on the 80%, where the market goes 80% of the time. That's the best place to get your entry. Um, so time frames don't really matter. It depends on what you're. I mean, you need to be able to have. If you're a day trader, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, even a 1 minute time frame. Those are the three time frames. Those three time frames are usually going to give you the same reading, and it's the same principle. Once the market breaks the structure, you just wait for the 80% where the market goes 80% of the time. Do not worry if the market breaks the structure. Never panic, because what's gonna do? Like I told you, 10% of the time, and the market is gonna go in that direction. Only 10% of the time. So just don't panic. Just wait for a retracement, because the retracement would happen. 100% it will happen. So always wait for the retracement. Have a lot of people joining us, even though we're close to the end of our live streaming today. If you're just joining us, we've taken a long trade here. Let me just bring up my account here. So this is the account that I'm using to trade, and like I said, I'm using to place live trades. I'm gonna be here live on a daily basis every weekday, starting from 12 o'clock, and at every 12 o'clock I will be placing my trade. So this is an account that's specifically going to be using for trading at this time for this particular strategy. And this account is also, I've just linked the account to my FX book. So the reason I've done that is because I'm going to put the link to my FX book at the bottom of this video by the end of this session, so that you can go and you can see the previous results or the current results or whatever. So this is the account. Like I said, everything has been verified. Let me just refresh this page, and as you can see, it shows you the amount, what I started with, the trades I've taken so far. Like I said, this is a current trade that I'm in right now, so every trade I have on my MT4 account is going to be reflected here. Every trade I've closed in the last few days is going to be reflected here. You're going to see every single statistics, how many trades I've taken, how many trades I've lost, my average win, my average loss, the profit factor, standard deviation, and all sorts of important statistics, even the equity curve that you're gonna see there. So yeah, so basically that's just to kind of catch you up. And I'm currently in a trade where I aim to close this trade. If the market can come and create a new high, I will be out of this trade, because I don't want to be in this trade by the time New York officially opens. Because I know after New York opens, there is a chance that we might get a huge pullback. But I'm at a point where the market has already given me 26 pips. So usually I aim to take 30 to 40 pips from every trade that I take using this particular strategy. And also here we just, if you guys come here to watch any of this stream, any questions you drop here on the chat, I will be happy to answer any of your questions. And yeah, it's just basically trading. We just trade here, and I show you guys how you know it's important to kind of be consistent and have a strategy and follow your strategy really. There's no hidden secrets here. My trading style is very, very plain and simple. You're never gonna see me putting too many lines, too many, indicators on a chart. I rarely RSI is the only indicator I use. Even the RSI, I rarely use it. Like today, it's useless to me because I don't care whatever the RSI says. This market is going in one direction. Like I said at the beginning of this stream, only up. The only time that you might see a retracement once New York officially opens, you might see a pullback, but then the market will continue. But if that happens, then I will be taking that trade on the other accounts that I manage, not on this account. On this account, once the market breaks this new high, I'm out of this trade. And I'm hoping that's gonna do that before in the next half an hour, before New York officially opens. Okay, so we're all the way on exactly 30 pips. How do you know for sure that retracement is done for entry? You can never know the retracement is done for entry. You can never know. Nobody can know exactly. You can't pinpoint exactly where the retracement is going to end. But that's why you have to understand structure. If you understand structure, so in one of the courses that I teach people, the contraction and expansion strategy is, for example, if you have an impulse, like you have a market giving you some kind of a, you know, correction or the trend line, whatever you want to call it this. Once the market breaks out of that structure, like I said, 10% it's gonna go. The remaining 80% is gonna come back to. So I usually show people something here, which is I put a box around this whole structure and I draw a line through it, because this is the strongest part. The line through the box, through the middle of the box, is the strongest part of this structure, because if you extend this line through the middle of the box, you're going to see the line crosses every single. So structurally, this is the strongest part of the box. So if you do this, 90% of the 80% of the time the market comes back, it's going to stay somewhere in the middle of, along the middle of this box, and then it's going to reverse. So this is the best part to get your entry. For the 80%, this is the best part, anywhere along the middle of the box, because it's the strongest part of that structure. I hope that answers your question. So that's if you're talking about timing your entry or way of getting good entries, I would advise you to always do that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna be out of this market because New York session is half an hour away, and I really do not want to be in this market in half an hour. So once I get to 30 pips, I'm gonna be out. So I'm on 30 pips. I'm out of the market. So I'm just gonna wait for my FX book to update it. Once that has been updated on my FX book, we're gonna bring up the account. Because like I said, so I'm out of the trade. The trade has been closed, and yeah, so it takes about a few minutes before my FX book updates it. Yeah, in about a couple of minutes, my FX book is gonna update it. So the only reason I'm out of this because this is the end of this pattern for this session. For this, the particular behavior of this pattern from the pre-New York to this is the end. I mean, I could have waited until 220 or 2 because until New York officially opens, this pattern is still active. But sometimes, I've already got to where I want to be. Like I said, my aim every single day, 30 to 40 pips. And if I'm on 30 pips, why do you want to risk it? Like it can go higher. Of course, it can go higher. But then if it starts retracing, then you're having to wait until New York session, and then that's a totally different behavior. The market behaves differently when New York session comes around. Like I said, the behavior is the fact that I expect this market to give you a pullback. But it can just keep going up. It can do that. But anyway, let's see. It still wasn't the day I'm expecting this. I don't like this kind of days. I like to, to have 2 trades, as you know. But taking 1 trade just like yesterday. So the last couple of days have just been days where it's not a money making day, in my opinion. It's just a day where you're just gonna go in and take your, a little bit of pips from the market and just look forward to the next time. So if I bring this, not yet, it's gonna be updated in about a minute. So let's wait and see. Okay. No, still not updated. Okay, let me try and see if I can update it from here. Verification has been done that already, so let me restart the MT4 platform. Maybe normally it should update after 5 minutes. It should update. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to. It shouldn't take this long. Normally, like I said, it updates after every 5 minutes. But anyway, I'm gonna try and sort it out, and then I'll put the link obviously to the to this video. So the link to this account will be on this video in about half an hour. So I will see you guys on Monday, same time, 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock to roughly about 2 o'clock UK time.